Of all that is holy, would you look at Karen Smith's gym clothes?
Of course, all the plastics are in the same gym class. Where are the plastics?
They're teen royalty. If North Shore was Us Weekly, they would always be on the cover.
That one there, that's Karen Smith. She is one of the dumbest girls you will ever meet. Damien sat next to her in English last year.
She asked me how to spell orange.
That little one? That's Gretchen Wieners.
She's totally rich because her dad invented toaster strudel.
Gretchen Wieners knows everybody's business. She knows everything about everyone.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
Hey, what's happening?
And evil takes a human form in Regina George. Now, I'll be fooled, because she may seem like your typical selfish, backstabbing, slut-faced hoe bag, but in reality, she is so much more than that.
She's the queen bee, the star. Those other two are just her little workers.
Regina George. How do I even begin to explain Regina George?
Regina George is flawless. She has 2 Fendi purses and a silver Lexus.
I hear her hair's insured for $10,000.
I hear she does car commercials in Japan. Her favorite movie is Varsity Blues.
One time she met John Stamos on a plane, and he told her she was pretty.
One time she punched me in the face. It was awesome.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Welcome back.
Oh, goodness.
Got a good one today.
We do. We've had many requests for this episode.
Another movie from the aughts.
Yes, indeed.
We don't do a lot of movies from the aughts.
No, we're always back to the 90s.
Yep.
We're always back to the 90s. But, I mean, this is a great one. Everybody out there listening, my name's Pete.
And I'm Scott. And these are the movies that made us gay.
Yeah. Well, Scott, we finally got around to it. It only took us 104 episodes or so.
104, 105. I can't remember the episode number. But we had our friend Tyler Schuelke back on the show to watch Mean Girls. Released April 30th, 2004. Directed by Mark Waters. And, of course, written by Tina Fey. The brilliant Tina Fey.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the show, Tyler.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tyler, you were one of our last in-person guests before the clusterfuck of 2020.
Wow.
It was. I think that it was you and our friend Brian that we got in our last in-person recordings with.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't realize that, actually, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that was for Save.
Also released summer of 2004, so we're like...
We're hitting it.
We're hitting the... I was a senior in high school, both when Mean Girls and Saved came out.
Okay.
I was a sophomore.
Right on.
So
I was not.
You were not.
High school anymore.
And it's one of those things that I think that just your last month of school when you're in high school is such a blur that I did not see this in the theater.
I didn't either.
That it was just sort of... I just didn't make it to it. I don't know if it... played in my small town and I missed it and I didn't go to it in one of our neighboring cities, but I had to get this on DVD the fall when I was in college.
I remember I missed it in the theaters, but I remember everyone starting to talk about it. The buzz was going around. It was starting to make a lot of money. And because it was relatively a sleeper hit, they didn't expect it to make this much. And so we all kind of like, well, why don't we check that out? So I think we either rented it or we got it, and I believe we watched it like with the group of kids, the theater kids. They were my group that we all like were over at my house. We'd always hang out at a huge couch. So I believe I have memories of us all there like watching it.
Sure. And Scott,
I bought this movie sight and unseen at our local Hastings in Bozeman because I was living in the dorms, and I just bought it.
Did you buy it because of Lindsay? Did you buy it because of Tina Fey?
I think it
Truly,
was...
there's a lot of goodness on this cover.
I mean,
I say that, you didn't have to put much faith in the fact that it was going to be a good movie.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I just remember liking SNL and Tina Fey on Weekend Update, so I was familiar with her.
Yeah.
Also, this was the summer of Rachel McAdams' big breakthroughs because she was in The Notebook.
Yeah.
Right.
We all thought, I almost thought she was going to be the one to go like the biggest.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it's Karen.
Well, I mean, both of them have Oscar nominations.
That's very true.
So,
Spotlight, right? For Rachel McAdams.
Spotlight and Mank. So I think that they're about evenly matched.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Spotlight far more than I enjoyed Mank.
Okay.
However, Mank is beautifully shot, and I like that David Fincher went outside of his comfort zone.
I think that people sort of predicted Rachel to get that Oscar nomination a lot sooner.
Earlier,
too.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of in the years following this movie, there was just a lot of buzz about her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she is an incredible actress. She actually was sort of involved in an Oscar thing this year because the Eurovision song was
is
up
true,
for-
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
She did that Will Ferrell movie.
Is wild.
Does she sing that
It's
song
not
that was
her voice,
nominated?
It's Will Ferrell and another woman that sing it.
Why can't I place Spotlight?
Spotlight is with Mark Ruffalo. It's about the
Catholic
Boston
Church.
Globe and the Catholic Church. It's not your thing.
That is not.
It won
mine,
Best Picture. It won Best Picture over The Revenant.
There's no talking babies in it?
No.
They showed it on BET?
No.
I ain't watching it.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it is good. It's very ensemble and it was a good one.
Okay.
So 2 out of the 4 Mean Girls have
the
Oscar
Plastics.
nominations. Or the Plastics.
Right. Okay.
Right. I mean, Lizzie Kaplan, she's done a lot.
Love Lizzie Kaplan.
I know. In fact, it's almost hard to even recognize her in this one because she's grown so much and done so many different things. I mean, Cloverfield, Masters of Sex, Bachelorette,
True Blood.
True Blood.
You see those knockers on True Blood.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Lizzie Kaplan is kind of like a she's a proto Kat Dennings.
Sure.
I always kind of thought
I could see that.
I would say
from the
though that
same
like
cloth.
Kat is like 3 octaves above, or like even 4 or 5 octaves above Lizzie Kaplan.
I don't think you're going to see Lizzie Kaplan doing like a
Marvel.
network sitcom.
Sure. Right.
Pete, when did you first see Mean Girls?
I did not see this in the theater, and I did very much and still do love Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Fans of them from way back.
Baby Mama.
I'll watch them in anything. Loved Baby Mama. That movie's ridiculous
I
and
was
funny.
obsessed.
And interesting that, like, you would just assume that the Baby Mama would have been what she would have come out of SNL with.
Right.
Like, it's kind of interesting that she chose to do a movie about teenagers.
Right. And, okay, so this is adapted from a book.
Yes. Queen, Bees and Wannabes
Wannabes.
by Rosalind Wiseman. So
And
like a self-help book.
I was going to say, is Queen Bees and Wannabes a narrative, or is it more of like a self-help that they kind of
When I worked at a bookstore, it
narrative
was in the family section actually
Okay.
because it had to do with like raising teenagers.
your teen. Okay.
I think that there's also some. I don't know if Tina Fey has kids, but she does definitely know what it's like to be a teenage girl. And so I bet there's a little bit of that mixed with like the newer age stuff that was coming in. I mean, the script is just great. It is just great. There are some problematic things now watching it now where you're like, okay, well, wait a second, make sure you're not making a minority the butt of the joke.
Right.
But it's solid.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that there's so many lines of the screenplay that are just ingrained in pop culture.
Oh,
that are
absolutely.
just so heavily referenced.
If anyone says crack, I will immediately say crack again.
And then she just started talking about crack.
Yeah, right? Because remember when Damien, they're in line and she says something, once we crack her, then we'll crack the thing. And you go, say crack again. She goes, crack. Anyways.
But just like on Wednesdays we wear pink, boo you whore, she doesn't
you
even go
whore.
here, you go Glen Coco. Just all of these
You go Glen
GIF
Coco
and
not
meme
Rachel
moments that just came from this movie. And I have to remind myself, like, even though these lines have been beaten to death in pop culture, there was a time that
they were
all
fresh.
All this was fresh.
Yes.
Like,
I still laughed when we were watching it. Like, I still laughed at, I mean, also though, there's also just like certain like subtle moments that make me laugh. Like when Tim Meadows says, why would Regina George call herself a fugly slut? And Karen starts laughing. It's so good.
Yeah.
Well, and you could tell that was one of those things that they probably just couldn't keep a straight face with them when doing that scene.
Yeah.
That could probably, that could be.
But also, I love that the Karen character, she's just so out of it that she just, the inappropriate laughter, that kind of stuff.
Screen debut from Amanda Seyfried. This was her
It
first
was. Now, has she
big
done
job.
Veronica Mars
I think
before
that
this?
she probably booked Veronica Mars directly after this because Veronica
directly
Mars
after.
came out fall of 2004 when I was in college. And she's like the Laura Palmer of that.
She was. I know she was opposite Michael B. Jordan in a soap opera before this.
Oh wow!
Okay,
that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, actually, I think they showed it on the Oscars this year.
They did.
They
I
did.
remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Like something like As the World Turns or something to that effect. The Hung and the Breastless.
But yeah, I mean, she kind of came out of this with a huge career.
Alpha Dog.
That was with Justin Timberlake.
And Anton Yelchin.
Is Shia LaBeouf an Alpha Dog?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think he is.
Lacey Chabert I think she had been working on Family Guy at this point.
She did Party of Five.
She was just a child actress, and she was the voice of
she was original voice
Eliza Thornberry. She just has that cute little cartoon voice.
I think she predominantly does voiceover.
I was going to say she has a pretty big.
I mean, I know that she dropped
career.
out of Family Guy because she thought she was going to blow up after Mean Girls, and that did not go well for her. She did do another film by the same director, Mark Waters. Ghosts of Girlfriend Past. She was in that,
and she's like the grande dame of like the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, she has quite a few Hallmark holiday movies.
Well, irregardless.
What did she say? I think my father, the inventor of Toaster Strudel, would not approve. Would have something to say about that.
You know what I noticed last night on our rewatch was that the whole like inventor of Toaster Strudel thing. I have this memory of her just like dropping that everywhere. They only say it like twice.
Oh, they only say it twice. Yeah.
Like Damien says it and then she says it once.
Yeah.
And I just have this memory of her just like peppering it in throughout like conversation, but they really don't.
No.
But it's that funny of a line. It's just so stupid.
Well, it's so specific.
Yeah.
That's what's so great about this film is that there are so many things that are so specific. You smell like a baby prostitute. You know. Oh, and like the young sister of Regina George, like dancing to Milkshake.
Yes.
Or like flashing the TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not a regular mom.
I'm a cool mom.
And that's one of those things that when I rented this movie, when I watched the copy that I bought, that when it got to Amy Poehler's scenes, I'm just like, okay, I get it. This movie's funny. I love it.
Hey, you guys, happy hour is from 4 to 6.
Is there alcohol in this?
Oh, God, honey, no. What kind of mother do you think I am? Why do you want a little bit? Because if you're going to drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
No, thank you.
So, you guys, what is the 411? What has everybody been up to? What is the hot gossip? Tell me everything. What are you guys listening to? What's the cool jams?
Mom, could you go fix your hair?
Okay. You girls keep me young. Oh, I love you so much.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, the very first time I saw the dog start to bite her nipple, I was like, you guys might have gone a little too far here. But now when I watch it, I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's funny. Yeah. I mean, she's so great. She is the quintessential stage mom in the sense of, like, when she has a video camera during the performance and she's doing it with
That's
them.
Another thing that you see a lot of memes of.
Yeah,
and
you do.
I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah.
In the way that Amy does the delivery of, oh, no, this doesn't have any alcohol in it. Why do you want some?
Because I prefer if you drink in the house.
Just like this sort of cock thing that she does with her eye. And that's
what I was just going to say. Her eye does something really, really funny.
Yeah.
What's the latest gossip? Oh, you keep me so young. Do you guys need anything?
Amy Poehler's got a crazy face.
Yeah. And since we're kind of going through all of the Mean Girls, we mentioned before that Rachel McAdams at this time, that I remember it being a big deal that when I found out that she was like 26.
She was so much older than them.
But I think it worked.
And that her hair was a wig.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about the wig.
Could not. They even specifically say like it's insured for $1,000.
Yeah.
Or $10,000.
All I'm going to say is that when they were doing hair and makeup tests, what else do you got? Yeah. What else do you got for the wig? Do you have anything else?
It sits weird. Her crown is
it's
so
the way
high.
that it sits on her head.
Yeah,
I have to say I don't notice it that much until it's like pointed out, and then I'll be like, "Oh, okay." In certain scenes, I mean, I thought that they didn't make her large very well either.
Right. The padding, the fatty suit. Like, I mean, they weren't going to make her like so huge, but
watch where you're going, fat ass.
Fat ass. Yeah, they had to make it subtle, but it did look kind of funny in moments. But yeah, I felt like even when I first watched it, not knowing anything about it, I was just like, is that a wig? Like, why is she wearing a wig?
They needed,
I did not clock the wig when I first watched this back when.
They needed Nicole Kidman's wig guy.
They did. I mean, they didn't have that kind of budget. Come on. What are you talking about?
They got them Lorne Michael money.
Yeah. So she's the eldest of the Plastics. She's 26.
But what I was saying is, I do think it works. That it doesn't turn into weird Ben Platt territory of that. What is she doing in this movie? I think it works.
That's not fair. Okay, listen. That's just because Broadway age is so different. Kristen Chenoweth was playing Galinda, the Good Witch, in high school, and she was nearly 40.
True.
Are you going to see her in the movie though?
I mean, she's not going to be playing in the movie. I mean, the movie has been, that's like the kiss of death to get the Wicked movie, honestly. Well, it's John M. Chu right now.
I think they have like a date for shooting it.
I know. It's now that John M. Chu's done In the Heights. It originally was the guy that did The Hours.
Stephen Daldry.
Yeah, but they parted. I just think that there's so much expectation for that movie that's going to be such.
It's going to be impossible to please everybody with that one.
Absolutely.
But what I was saying is, I do think it works. That the way that they style her, that she does look like she's in high school.
Yeah,
she's the same size.
Yeah,
she absolutely. Yeah, it's not like a Pen 15 thing where it looks like an older person playing with younger. Like it works fully. You know, she looks like she's the same age as the dude that she starts dating.
She was fresh off The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, she's in the Body Switch Rob Schneider movie.
Was that her screen debut?
She's the hot chick.
That's funny. Okay, all right.
Was that her screen debut?
I think no. I think that she had probably done some Canadian stuff before because she's from Canada.
Oh, good on her.
Fun fact: since we're talking about the age difference, Amy Poehler is 7 years older than Rachel McAdams.
I was looking it up. That Amy Poehler, yeah, and also Tina.
That works though because a mom that's done so much plastic surgery. Like you know, I mean, she didn't because she didn't need it. But I'm just saying, like you know, like it makes that works.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams had done some television. She'd done quite a bit of television before The Hot Chick.
Good on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she just like continued to go. I mean, after Notebook, she became like the rom-com, or not rom-com, like the romantic.
She was in The Family Stone in 2005, Red Eye.
Oh, Red Eye.
Oh. It was fun. Yeah.
It was fun. It's not great. It was fun.
But I think that she sort of got the career
in time
trajectory that Lindsay was going to have. And we'll segue into talking about Lindsay.
Wait, hold on. I think I just made a mistake. She wasn't in Time. Amanda Seyfried was in Time. It was the Time Traveler's Wife that she was in, right?
No, but Rachel McAdams was in that
Rachel McAdams was in About Time.
About Time,
About
but no,
Time,
In
not
Time,
In Time
is Amanda Seyfried
yes,
and Justin Timberlake.
In Time was they're secretly like old or something, and
they're like, and they have the life. They have to buy it, their life, and fill it up on their arms. And the wealthy people have like the longer life.
And then the Time Traveler's Wife was with Rachel. So many Time movies.
Yes, she also did About Time, but that was Rachel as well.
With Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From Harry Potter.
It was Eric Bana in The Time Traveler's Wife.
Ooh, Time Traveler's Wife.
The book was phenomenal.
The movie.
I did not see it.
The book was phenomenal. Just repeat that.
We'll leave it at that.
Well, we have to segue into Lindsay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
please do.
I just remember there being so much expectation, maybe unfair expectation on her, that she had to be a huge star.
Well, it's that Disney thing. You know, Disney always produces at least two of them that always come up and then they always like fly off. You know, she was, kind of opposite Hillary, although she was never on like the Disney Channel, like the channel itself.
All the teen stars at the time.
But like, Selena Gomez then was the Next Generation. You know, you just keep going down. You can see it all
Miley.
happening. Dove Cameron, Miley. Yeah. So like there was a huge trajectory. She'd already started doing films like, Teenage Drama Queen, where she was singing
Which
more.
was released I think it was released in the spring.
Like right before this?
Like right before this. And I think that she probably did them like back to back.
Okay, wow. Yeah. And then she did Freaky Friday before that, too. She was actually the queen of remix.
Friday.
Yes.
Freaky Friday, Herbie Fully Loaded.
The Parent Trap.
The Parent Trap, which, guys, come on. The Parent Trap, the Nancy Meyers Parent Trap is brilliant. I don't even care. I love that movie so much.
Go back and listen to our Parent Trap 1961 episode.
Well, we covered
Haley,
the Haley Mouse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where they cut the dress, right? She, cuts her dress. Well, that's the only part I was, terrified. But also, just so you know, as a kid, I thought the Parent Trap was the actual, trap inside the cabin.
Oh.
Because I didn't know. Okay. I didn't understand.
Right, of course.
Traps.
Yeah. The subtleties of, I mean, she was a good kid actor.
Yeah.
Right? She's a good kid actor.
She's a fine child actress.
She's a fine adult actress as well. Like, if we're saying, Mean Girls, I don't think she's bad in Mean Girls.
No, she's not bad.
I think Mean Girls is probably her strongest performance of her career.
Really, though, actually. I mean, are you sure I Don't Know Who Killed Me is, the one-legged sex scene.
I love that Bananas movie. I
don't remember it. I really want to rewatch it.
We just watched Freaky Friday last week, and it is kind of interesting to see how she progressed in a year. I think she's great in Freaky Friday, but it's it's interesting to see her be even better in this movie.
Yeah, I just remember thinking when I was watching Freaky Friday that I was like, honestly, like Jamie Lee Curtis, like you're having fun, but like you're not this girl.
It's kid acting.
Yeah.
What Lindsay's bringing to the table in Freaky Friday, and this is a little bit more mature. But
Although I love that song in Freaky Friday.
Oh, the band.
Yeah, they play it. Yeah,
Oh
the Ultimate
God.
You.
This band.
'Cause you're it.
I have
You're the ultimate.
a lot of thoughts about this, like high school garage band that are like all professional musicians.
Sounds great.
At like 16 years old.
Yeah, so professional. They're playing Wedding.
Yeah.
House of Blues.
So I just remember the thing, after kind of Lindsay had her kind of rise and fall, and everybody had time to like look back,
reflect
from our couches.
What do you think it was though that ultimately was like the biggest thing? Like, was it her family drama?
Probably.
Was it because she got like really into alcohol and drugs, right?
Yeah.
I remember her music though, like the Daughter to Father song.
Oh my God.
That one, and then like Rumors, obviously.
Well, yeah, Rumors
like
is
the
an
main
actual
one.
classic.
She did
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Over. Do you remember Over?
Which one did they do the lip sync on for the premiere of Drag Race with Mick?
Rumors. That would have
Rumors.
been
Okay.
Yeah.
That one. And then she had like a dance break that wasn't a dance break.
But the thing is, I feel like people were just like, she had so much promise. She was such a great actress, and she did have a lot of promise. She could have had a much bigger career in Hollywood than she does now.
Would it have gone the way of Jodie Foster?
But
Probably not.
My thing is, everybody was just like, she was just so good. You just heard this a lot. Like, she was such a wonderful actress. And I'm just like, she was fine.
What? Yeah.
Like, she was fine.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like buying a beach house in Greece and, having a reality show about it seems pretty on par.
Yeah.
We watched both.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not see any of it. Also, I will say she put out a new single for music 2021.
Yeah, with there are various videos that were being put out on Instagram. I don't really know what's going on.
I don't know. I worry for her though. She just looks like a really skinny version of her mom now.
Yes. Well, she has a Netflix movie and the books.
Yeah.
We'll see if that. We'll see if that.
Do you remember in the height of her being like, everyone was like, "Oh, she's so questionable. She's blah blah blah."
Mm-hmm.
She was on Ugly Betty, and she like was not showing up to set, and like America Ferrera was getting all angry. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to cross America Ferrera. She will quit.
We rented The Canyons.
Okay.
The week that it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a bullshit movie, but I don't think it's completely her fault. I don't think that she's terrible in it. It's just it's just a bad movie.
Gotcha.
It's a stupid movie.
But going back to Lindsay in 2004, I remember
Yeah.
she was on the cover of Rolling Stone. She was on the cover of Vanity Fair. I'm going to get into the Vanity Fair issue because I'm going to bring it up and see if you guys can guess the Avengers of teen girls that are on it.
That's the only way to describe it. It is such a good cover. I remember I bought it, and I think I still have it. I should have looked for it. I bought it, and then my aunt also bought it for me because she knew how much I loved some of these girls.
Love it.
But I want to guess. She was everywhere in 2004.
She was. And before that, and Kids' Choice Awards and all those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like she, Oh, she also did that one, Read It and Weep. Wasn't that a Disney TV channel movie?
Weep.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Where she was she was like a journalist or...
Okay, so there is...
how many girls are
There's 9 actresses.
9. Okay, I can immediately go Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan. We're going to do Ashley and Mary Kate, Alexis Bledel.
Yep.
That's 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, this might be a shot in the dark. Emma Roberts?
Nope.
Emma
Roberts really didn't land until the late 2000s.
I didn't think so, too. Okay, yeah, okay, right. Oh, my gosh. All right. So
you are missing 2, I believe.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Because you said Mandy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
of course
Mandy
you said
first,
Mandy.
And Hillary second. Wait, did I say Lindsay?
Well, that goes without saying.
Okay, great.
So you're missing 2.
Give me a clue.
One, I believe, was a roommate with Lindsay at the time, probably in the Oakwoods.
Of course.
Child actor prison
that are now
Burbank.
changed. Like they've tried to revamp them.
Yeah.
But it was like this apartment complex.
I'm having none of that. Those are the Oakwoods.
No, it's something else. But I'm sure the same shenanigans going on.
So you're missing 2 of them.
Wow. Big? Like still...
One was kind of your classic child actor. The other one was a child actor kind of turned serious actress. I mean, she was on the path since she was a child to be a big deal, and I think that she succeeded. Like she's still a big name.
What's something she's in recently?
I mean, you're gonna get it.
Well, come on, give
Westworld.
Evan Rachel Wood.
Yeah. Because this would have followed 13.
Yes.
And she got like a SAG nomination for I think that she also got a Globe nomination for 13.
Did she?
But yeah, also just sort of, I mean, just a big deal.
Like the one and only Catherine.
And also just someone who had been working since she was like a small child too.
Yeah.
And also the other one working since she was a small
Scarlett
kid.
Johansson?
And I'm the same age as this actress.
Who did he not say? Oh, okay. I think I know.
When I went to a taping of Drag Race, she was on the panel.
Yeah.
No. Okay, wait. Give me. Better.
And I remember
she's the only one of color on.
It's not. Is it? It's Raven.
It's Raven.
Simone.
It's Raven.
Raven.
Oh, I guess I
Yeah.
do remember Raven being on it. Okay, let me look at it now.
And I believe that she was roommates.
Oh yeah, she was under the
Lindsay at this
fold
time.
out because the ones that made the cover were Amanda Bynes,
Oh, yeah.
Ashley and
The
Mary
Olsen
Kate,
twins.
Mandy and Hillary.
Amanda is front and center on the cover.
Yeah,
like
Amanda
the
Bynes
position that should be like Nicole Kidman
yeah.
in the Hollywood issue.
I feel like her and Lindsay kind of had this. They're like bookending it, and they kind of had the same.
Okay,
little thing
who was
going
like
on.
the fold? So
The fold is right
Hillary-
there. So Hillary is on the
Okay.
edge. So Alexis Bledel, Evan Rachel Wood, Raven, and Lindsay were in the fold, so that you didn't see them on the cover.
But Lindsay, I mean, given the far right, I feel like if
Yeah.
I was Lindsay's management, I
She's
would have
in the-
wanted
like,
her
the very end of the
I'd
fold
want her
out.
a little more in the middle.
Yeah, actually, can you see
I don't
the?
know what you
it does show
want.
what's really fun is if you got to look at the bottom, you can see all the height disparity. And,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see all the boxes and
Who's
things they're standing on. That makes
yeah.
it all look like right.
My favorite Vanity Fair Young Hollywood issue is the 96 one, and this one is like out of control. I mean, we won't take up time here, but it's like Google it. The 96 Young Hollywood issue. It's like they saw the future and they were right.
Yeah.
There's no duds. There's no duds.
Do you think there's any duds here? I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, Alexis Bledel is still booked and blessed. She's on like Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
I mean, Raven's always kind of been around.
No, she keeps talking.
She's always
on the,
she's
What
always
the
there.
View.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, she had the Raven reboot, which was like she was the mom in it.
They did.
They rebooted it, and she had a kid that was
I
psychic.
missed that.
I do kind of feel like Mandy Moore might be. Is she the eldest of this?
I think so.
Of this issue?
I think she might be.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
I think that this was the year that How Do I Deal came out.
Oh, How to Deal.
So that's probably
Yes.
that's probably how she landed this issue.
How to Deal.
boy.
Listen, you guys, I don't necessarily talk about this phase of Mandy because of the hair. But yeah, no, How to Deal, it was quirky and fun.
That's funny.
I believe that Hilary
not do
Duff
that.
had the Lizzie McGuire movie this summer.
Yeah, she did. Saw that in theaters.
New York Minute with the Olsen twins came out.
Really? They were still acting? They must have been.
I mean,
by the
2004 was a big year for the Olsen sisters, and it was kind of right before they were going to pioneer boho chic with like Rachel Zoe and
yeah,
Nicole.
they hadn't quite.
They hadn't quite gotten there yet, but they were just raking in that Olsen twins cash.
Yeah, smoking them cigs.
I can't remember what Amanda Bynes was doing.
She's the
summer
man.
of
The Amanda
04.
Show.
I think it was I think
She's
it's
the man,
probably
yeah,
She's the Man.
You're right.
Not the one that was in the British one. With Colin Firth.
I think that What a Girl Wants was 03, and I think She's the Man might have been 05.
She's the Man was a big one for her.
Yeah.
Her very last film was Easy A.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, but
an Easy
and also
A, it's
just
funny.
sort of
I know. I went on Amanda Vine's like rabbit hole the other night.
Evan Rachel Wood have had like Ron Howard's The Missing.
When was she in The Wrestler? It would have been after.
She was
this.
in The Wrestler in 08.
Okay, yeah. So after this, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
What a cover!
Yeah, what like a moment in time to be alive.
Good on you, Lindsay. It was a glorious moment to be alive. Again, 2 copies of this magazine I
Oh my
own.
goodness! All right, but you guys are gonna shit yourself when you see the 96 cover. But I want to talk about how there aren't very many boys in Mean Girls,
Yet 2 of them were gay.
and 2 of them are gay.
2 of them were then closeted homosexuals.
Yeah.
Well,
was Daniel? I mean, I don't
think
know.
I think I could be wrong, but I thought there was something about him saying bye, possibly before.
You mean the character in the movie?
No.
Oh,
the
him.
actor.
Oh,
Daniel,
sure. Daniel Franzese.
Daniel Franzese. Yeah. I saw him actually in a play here, or a musical about Robin Hood. He played Little John, and it was actually really good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where he was as far as his like coming out journey in 2004. But,
Yeah, I don't know because he was in Looking recently.
right. But Jonathan Bennett was definitely not out.
No,
This time.
no,
Jonathan
no.
Bennett, who we said he said on the Katie Couric like Zoom call that was last year, because they all got together for like a video call. He said that he was cast pretty much like the day before principal photography.
Oh wow!
And they flew him out, so he was like very last minute.
Okay,
because they had to fire who was ever cast.
Okay, I wonder who it was.
As Aaron. Yeah, if it was like someone that. I like it. I like it because I mean he is. He plays a part well. There's nothing. There's no.
He was definitely a boy that I knew in high school.
Yeah,
at that time.
absolutely, absolutely.
That hair.
I thought he did great, and now it's amazing. He's marrying his partner, and
he's
hosting the sweets, like a sweet competition show.
Yeah, Cupcake Wars, I think.
Showing that dick on Instagram.
Oh, did he?
Accidentally.
I zoomed in on that photo.
It was in the reflection of his like cup of coffee or something.
Shut up.
I think it was his glasses or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Someone should probably pull that up.
But no, Jonathan Bennett, he's doing great. Now, did you think he was cute when you were young lads watching this movie?
Not quite my type.
Not quite,
but of course,
okay.
cute.
All right,
yes.
all right. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough.
I want to say jocks were very much a type of mine at that point.
Mm-hmm. He's not super duper jockey though. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's kind of like thin.
Tina says that she cast him because it was a good balance of like a football player with like a Jimmy Fallon type.
Well, yeah, he does have heart. I mean, like he tells her like that's stupid to flunk math. He like doesn't want. I think the Regina George thing is more because they're both like the popular ones.
Yeah, you know who I thought was kind of cute is it Shane Oman? Who's
that she
well, you see him in his underwear.
Yeah.
He's the king at the end. He's the one that says like scary face, bro. When Lindsay scares the
is that
guy
him
off
saying?
the,
okay.
Yeah. He's also the Caltine bars.
He's like the gladiator.
Yeah, he's the gladiator. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that Regina's cheating on.
No, he's cute.
On
you don't like Kevin the Poor?
Why not?
I love him. Kenny G. His little
Kenny
rap
G.
is so good.
Speaking of the
talent show, I love when Damien does
Beautiful.
Yeah, but he starts off going, "Don't look at me.
Don't look at me."
Yeah, just like the song.
And it's so satisfying when he gets hit in the head by the shoe
and, like, smacks
that
his chest and,
you
like,
see him pick it up
back.
and throw it back.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that would you have gotten that in like a few years before? That you just got to see him like peg the bully with the shoe back.
I just like it because that's so in his character. I mean, he's in like he's very confident in himself. He doesn't seem to care. I mean, he's got like they're making him into Frankenstein with lunch meat at one point. Like he seems to be very confident in himself. Yeah, I don't know how he's like sneaks into like the girl conference, how he's always in the girls' bathroom. Like it just seems to be a thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun character. He does really well with it. His jokes all land. He's got some great lines.
One of my favorites is when he's like, "I cannot stop this car. I have a curfew."
I have a curfew.
He's like, "It is 10. It's like 1:10. Curfew was 1 o'clock.
I need my picture back.
Yeah,
I need my picture back.
Yeah. See, that was something that hooked me into this movie when I was like, I knew Tina Fey was involved, but the whole like, okay, you're going to hang out with us from now on. These are our rules. We're setting up the rules. We're bombarding you with all this stuff. You know, Katie's just like, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, okay, you're going to hang out with us. And it's Wednesday tomorrow. So just FYI, Wednesdays wear pink.
Wait, no, that's the different girls though. Are you talking? That's when she
I'm
actually
just
says Mean Girls.
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm just talking about.
I was like, no, because I was going to say like Damien. I feel like he's nothing without Janice. Like they all like those two are the two together, and they also do something that's a little bit plasticky in the very beginning when they say like, "Why would we lie to you? We're your friends."
Yes, yeah, and they take her out to ditch class. But you know when the plastics tell her that we're going to wear pink, and Katie's just like, all right, whatever. Like she's still in this just like whatever, go with the flow kind of thing. When she shows up in like triple XL Izod pink polo shirt and jeans because they said pink and she doesn't have anything pink. I think it's a deleted scene where they set up that it's Damien's shirt. I just kind of thought it was her dad's shirt.
Oh no, because they say in the movie when she goes, well, I just don't have any. Do any of you have anything pink? And Janice says at the exact same time that Damien says, she goes no, and he says yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you kind of get the idea. I always thought it was his shirt.
Yeah. But I just think it's just such a clever thing that this girl, she's just like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to wear this shirt. And,
in her ponytail.
Yeah, in my ponytail. And she's still at this moment, like, like I said, going with the flow, whatever. And I just thought it was so funny. You know, she didn't stress about it. She didn't say like, I got to go buy a new outfit or whatever. She just shows up and she's wearing an oversized pink polo the whole rest of the scene, the whole rest of the day.
Well, it's because, you know, she grew up so different.
Yeah.
Speaking of growing up different, their Africa is basically Calabasas.
Yeah.
Like, like they got some animals.
We got some elephants from like Getty Images.
Yeah, exactly.
A friend of ours has a big like ball python.
Or like Malibu Safari. Let them have some giraffes. Like, it is kind of funny now looking back at it and being like, oh, I know where you did this.
I also don't know if Katie would be so naive as to go up to a group of black kids in a cafeteria and just say Jumbo. But, you know.
Yeah, there's some
laugh.
It like starts off pretty racist.
So what are the tables in the cafeteria? I'm also a big sucker in any teen movie where they have a ready to go map that they have drawn.
Did you have this in your school? Did you guys have these types of like hard clicks?
Not really. I mean, I also grew up in a pretty square, like rural small town, so there wasn't quite defined cliques here as you probably would have found this in like a bigger city.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, we definitely had our cliques, but I wouldn't be like, okay, those are definitely the stoners.
I would have sat at probably at the quirky art table.
Yeah, like I was like a drama
cafeteria.
kid, but I floated. I really liked to float.
No,
around
same
to
here.
Different ones. Yeah,
I was much like Lindsay Weir.
Okay.
In high school, I was I would hang out with some of the stoners or kids that drank on the weekends, but I wasn't quite like there myself.
I wasn't cool enough to drink on the weekends when I was in high school. I will say that. I mean, maybe my senior year, but not with. I drank with my parents.
But they were all my friends, though.
Yeah, same. No, I think there's like, it's like I can't remember where it starts. Like either like Asian nerds, I think. And then they, God, what?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's 2 Asian tables. I know that because, and then there's the pretty black meanies.
I don't even remember.
Something like that. Then the art, I know there's the art table, but it's actually the greatest people you'll ever meet because it's Janice. The plastics.
Sexually active band
nerds. There's the dumb jocks, but I can't remember what that's different wording. The people who eat their feelings, the people who don't eat.
Anorexia jokes.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't have that in a movie now.
No. The person who, or the people, the tryhards, or like the ones that are the wannabes. There we go. The wannabes, which is like the girl in the wheelchair, the short person.
Yeah.
I don't remember who. The girl that has a heavy flow and a wide set vagina. She's in that category.
They're definitely there.
The extra casting in this movie is really fun.
The featured casting
extras,
is phenomenal.
They do a really good job filling out this movie with just these characters.
Yeah, they have these quick
bits. Feels like it's a world that's lived in.
Well, actually, what's funny is that you're right. That's what makes it feel like it's a world that's lived in, because there's so many outrageous things that actually happen, or like when they cut to like Katie looking at things from the world of animals as if all the humans were animals. Like that's one of my favorites when they're at the mall and they're like picking each other like monkeys and stuff. Like, so there's these outrageous things, but it's this school and these girls, this ensemble of girls that actually ground it.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're funny.
Yeah.
Like the girls are all funny that come in and like talk to the camera and like,
yeah, like when it's like made out with a hot dog. That was one time.
And it's one of those things that when you give young actors, even just non-professionals, if it's a good enough script, these probably non-professional actors can nail it.
Well, I mean, they're professional now.
But I mean I'm talking about all of like just all of the background extras of this movie.
No, I know. But, but like the featured ones, they do a really good job of actually having them have more than one line or being in things like the woman they say like welcome to when they say a new girl's come from Africa, and it's that black girl with the puka shell necklace. And she's like, I'm from
Michigan.
She opens up when they're like admitting to the things and falling into the girls. Like she's the one who talks there, or like again like Shane Owen. Like saying like the dude scary face versus like being an actual big part. Like they integrate them in a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like. The Dawn, she's the one that plays like lacrosse.
Oh, right.
She's like, she's hanging out with Regina at the end. Like, you know, they really do map it. Karen is braiding the girl in the wheelchair's hair.
Yeah. Who always wears like Kangol hats.
Yeah.
Is that what those are called?
Yeah. Kangol. Yeah, it's the brand.
Okay, well, I hate those hats.
They're awful.
I hate them.
If
Also,
you're not Samuel L. Jackson, take it off.
You were never allowed to wear hats in my school.
Oh, no,
so
no.
Any
Yeah.
show or any
Get outta
TV or or any movie.
Maybe if
that
you're
says
lucky
that.
and you were wearing it on your way out of school when the bell rang, you could do it. But yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We
but
could
never.
We could wear them at school, not in the classroom.
Sure.
No. Once we walked in the
See,
classroom,
ours was just no go.
Yeah.
Also, never were we allowed to be talking on our cell phones. Gretchen is on her cell phone in gym class.
So, I also was in high school right when teenagers were getting cell phones, but we never used them.
I was going to ask you, actually, you went to a Catholic school, didn't you? So how was it there with cliques? Was it male and female?
No, it was an all-boys Catholic school. And, I mean, yeah, there were definitely cliques. It was... My high school experience was... it was pretty rough. Yeah, it was pretty rough. And the cliques were pretty divided. Yeah, it was...
What kind of cliques? So, like still the jocks.
There was.
I mean, you
there was
don't have like the
sports.
burnouts, do you?
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely burnouts. There was like the druggy pothead, like cigarette smoking. Like they were the metalheads.
Sure.
Gotcha.
So they were like the metalhead shithead guys.
They should have
Was
had
there
a
any
metalhead.
gays?
They should have had a metalhead click in this movie.
I know.
Well,
I
actually,
love a good
metalhead. Have you seen
click.
21 Jump Street?
Yes.
Do you remember when they go back to school and they're like, "What the hell are these cliques?"
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really funny scene.
Yeah. That's me because the cliques when I was in school was very much still 80s high school. I mean, it was not the 80s; it was the 90s, but it was very much that. There were the football players. There was some kind of floating in between the cool guys, but it was I mean, there was a metalhead shitheads. There was a football players. There was just the assholes.
Okay, these just seem like names that you're giving the clique.
Yeah. I mean, it was true, though.
Yeah. Did you have any openly gay people where you guys, when you went to...
Fuck to the no.
I didn't think so for you.
I mean, he went to school in downtown LA.
My school is in Chinatown in Los Angeles. In the 90s?
I guess not.
No.
I'm very out of touch with Chinatown in the 90s, high school Catholic.
I mean, it was downtown LA. No.
What about you? I know you said you from a small square.
I don't think that we really did, although my friend Drew, who's been on the show, he was on our Matrix episode. He was out in high school, and I think it was pretty rough for him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember, because I came out in high school when I was 14. I think I said this on the last one, but so that would have been I didn't come out to school though until my junior year of high school. Mm-hmm. And I didn't it wasn't like I came out, walked in the doors and was like, "Here I am."
Yeah.
But my friends started to know, and people just started to say stuff, and I was like, I'm done, kind of with the rumors. When I was a sophomore, I was in gym class and I had faggot written on my locker, and so my dad was not having it. Went down to the principal and basically was like, "What are you going to do about this?" So I got my PE waived. That was his solution. But we did have some gay students, or openly gay students, but they were always goth. They were always goth. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was just a point of rebellion at that time, or I don't know. But I don't remember anyone that was openly gay that wasn't.
Yeah. We had one goth kid in my grade, and he was with the assholes. He was very popular, though.
I'm just such a fan of your clique names.
Everybody loved Albert Ruiz. I don't know why. He was an asshole. But I became really good friends with an ex-girlfriend of his, and he was not pleased with that.
Ooh.
And so that was kind of cool because he was part of the assholes, and I was just like, "Oh, me and Angie are going to go to Melrose. See ya.
We're going to Melrose.
We're going to Melrose."
I want to ask my parents. My parents have been together since 9th grade. So I want to ask them about their high school clique experience. Although my mom was popular and my dad was a photographer, and it started to work. She was a cheerleader, and my dad befriended one of the most popular guys because he was actually really big. And my dad just was like, "Well, hey, if I befriend one of the really big guys, if I ever get picked on, they'll help me."
Yeah, no, my best friend is my size, and in high school we were. We probably didn't reach our peak heights of 5'7" until we were in our, like almost 20. So in high school, we were like little 115 pounds, 5'6", and I had a big mouth.
Oh, I can't imagine.
You? And so, we had to scrape our way out of some situations every now and then. Mm-hmm. So, we made it work.
Little mischief makers.
We made it work. I mean, I got jumped practically every year. But,
You just sounded so, like, nonchalant about it. I will say there's none of that in this movie. There's no, like, putting people into lockers.
Right.
There's none of those, like, stereotypical tropes.
Stuff that you would find in an 80s teen movie.
Yeah. In this one, you get a burn book spread all over. Which, by the way, how was she sticking them to the wall? Like, she looked like she just had a pile of shit. How was she sticking it to the wall?
It's that movie thing. We didn't got time for her to, like, put, like,
she also
tape on
throws
each
them
page.
under a classroom door.
There's no break in the door.
love that bit of acting of Rachel, though.
Yeah.
Of when she's spreading all of those those flowers, or when she's spreading all of those flyers.
Yeah, she's created.
There you go. You got it. Second time.
She's created.
I love her standing at the like at the top of the stairs, like looking at what she's done.
Yeah. So
can I just say, some of us don't have a click issue in this school.
This movie, though, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the supporting cast, because there's some great comedic actors playing the adults in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Tim Meadows is the principal.
Yes.
Anna Gasteir's the mom, Katie's mom.
I kind of wish
both
that
of Katie's parents.
I kind of wish that Anna Gasteir had a little more to do in this movie.
Yeah.
What is the fertility vase doing under the sink?
Yeah, Anna Gasteir as the mother, Neil Flynn from Scrubs as the dad. Yeah, I love just the little throwaway line of you love Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Yeah.
It's a very SNL like
and
Tina Fey
Anna
line.
Also,
just
this is the fertility vase of the Umdabi tribe. Mm-hmm. Does this mean nothing to you?
And Anna just knocks those lines out of the park too.
She does, yeah. Well, even the film opens up with her and him talking to what would be a little girl in the way that they're speaking, and then all of a sudden Lindsay Lohan pops up.
Yeah, because she's like sitting on the
sitting on the step for her picture.
Yeah. So So I mean, it's well written, it's well directed. There's a lot of really, really good stuff that in what could be considered just like a teen movie, kind of like a little, like an insignificant kind of comedy. There's really good concepts in here, and really, really well executed comedy.
What do you think it is about this one that makes it seem like a step above some of those other ones that, have stars, they have, they have the directors, they have the money, but like this one, seriously, like it stood up. It stayed strong.
I think the SNL connection definitely has a lot to do with the quality of the comedy.
I think the Paramount at the time just put a lot of trust in Tina Fey and Mark Waters with this movie. Mm-hmm. That kind of, when I think about other teen movies around the time, like She's All That in 1999, that you can probably tell that movie was so room written, and there was probably just a lot of opinions going on in this movie.
Saying, like 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Like all of those, like there's something about, those are a little bit earlier. It's just, this one, I think that the next one that came after this one that I felt like was more on par was Easy A.
Sure.
I felt like that was but I mean, I could be wrong in this, or not wrong. I could be alone in this opinion.
No, yeah, Easy A does definitely feel a little bit elevated when it comes to like teen comedy like genre. But yeah, I feel like the thing is when they're going to populate the adult characters in this movie with really strong comedic actors. I think they went out of their way to find really good, actors to play the kids, to play the leads. And we've got a strong script to start off with.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes like iconic, and there's so many so many memes. I mean, we talked a little bit about the talent show, and it's like, if I see some more like skinny white dudes in boxer shorts doing like a recreation of this Jingle Bell Rock thing one more time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I see it every year. And it's like, all right, we get it, kids. You're boys. And you're being sexy.
And also a moment of the movie.
Angry it wasn't that way to begin with.
And also a moment of the movie that Mark, the director, knew that this movie has to breathe a little bit. That like this isn't quite that integral to the plot beats of the story, but we're going to put it in there because it's not kids talking in hallways.
I think it's actually one of the moments though where Katie starts to win over because she's the one who starts to sing it and start to do it. And when you watch the credits, what's fun is that it is like performed by and then it says performed by those 4 actresses. Like they sing the parts that they sing.
So it's there for character progression because you sort of see Dawn sort of having her downfall with the group.
Dawn Wieners.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to watch this movie from Dawn's perspective because she is...
Are we talking about Gretchen?
Gretchen Wieners. Why did we say Dawn?
Who's Dawn?
Dawn
Wieners is Welcome to the Dollhouse.
Dawn Wieners is Welcome to the Dollhouse.
Oh my God, you guys did this last time because of Heather Maserati.
Yeah. Heather Maserati. She's a constant thorn in our side. But
good catch.
Gretchen
I don't
Wieners.
think I would have caught that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It would have taken a minute for us
I
to
just
catch
think that
up.
the inventor of toaster strudel would be very angry with you.
He would not be pleased. But if you watch this movie as a character study in like Gretchen Wiener's descent into madness,
So fetch.
it's like, yeah, this poor girl.
She does her Caesar monologue.
Yeah,
like from
so
the
good.
classroom to the bathroom, which they had to film on green screen to make it so seamless. So good.
Why should Caesar get to stomp around like a giant while the rest of us try not to get smushed under his big feet? What's so great about Caesar? Brutus is just as cute as Caesar. Okay, Brutus is just as smart as Caesar. People totally like Brutus just as much as they like Caesar. And when did it become okay for one person to be the boss of everybody, huh? Because that's not what Rome is about. We should totally just stab Caesar!
Gretchen Wieners had cracked.
If you even knew how mean she really is, you know that I'm not allowed to wear hoop earrings, right? Yeah, 2 years ago she told me that hoop earrings were her thing, and that I wasn't allowed to wear them anymore. And then for Hanukkah, my parents got me this pair of really expensive white gold hoops, and I had to pretend like I didn't even like them, and it was so sad.
The hoop earrings? I wasn't allowed to wear hoop earrings because she got them for Hanukkah.
And I feel so bad for her, you know, and how and how she probably told her parents, like, I can't wear this, like, I don't even like it, you know.
Yeah, she's probably mean about it.
Yeah.
Bitch. I love when she, like, you go, Glen Coco, forward for Glen Coco, and none for Gretchen Wieners.
None for Gretchen Wieners.
And then she's like, who said that to you? I always think, though, in my head, I hate it in movies where someone sends a handwritten thing from another person, because I always am like, if you know this person well enough, like, you're sending notes back and forth and all of that, like, you would know what Regina George's handwriting looks like.
I don't know that Gretchen would like grab the candygram out of
spite.
Yeah,
or
she
jealousy.
might not like ask to look at it. So maybe Katie just like shoved it in her bag really quickly.
What do you guys think of the fashion?
I mean, it's
There's
2000s.
there's no
it's
fashion.
2000s fashion.
Yeah, there's no fashion in this movie.
I'm sorry. I thought every girl should dress. I literally thought like every girl should have a short skirt. I literally thought it messed me up. No, it messed me up. Really though, I was like, why is no one dressing like these girls? They're fabulous.
I mean, it's no Mona May costume design.
No, I feel like there's this era of fashion.
It's so on trend.
It's
for
boring.
the era.
There was no fashion in the early 2000s. I was in my 20s going out to the club, and it was garbage, mama. Girls looked boring.
Well, you should
Guys
have then
looked
cut holes
boring
in your boob
in
nipple area.
In our titty area. I mean, I would have.
I didn't see any jeans and skirt combination.
We didn't get any skirts over jeans.
You know what I would say at my school? What was really big was like a short jean skirt and then Uggs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They don't have Uggs in this. They were always in heels.
No, yeah, there weren't too many Uggs. A lot of pumps. They were all just wearing pumps to school, which impractical.
I knew a few girls that would do it.
Impractical still. But yeah, I feel like that this era, this time period, there's not a lot memorable fashion wise. Yeah, it's mini skirts and Uggs, you know, like midriff, baby tees, but I'm not here for it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Not here for it.
All right. He has spoken.
Yeah. I feel like the costuming in this movie isn't something that brings me to it or something that is memorable. It's like, to me, it's like the script, the performances.
I think it absolutely works, but it's not something that's like memorable about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The music is great.
Rolf Kent, he's scored a lot of Jason Reitman movies.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I was talking about like the
like
record,
the song.
like God,
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
the
like
song.
God is a DJ. You know, Pass That Dutch when the plastics are shown. Although what about that one where they go into Regina George's house near the beginning and she turns on the radio and this song comes on and she's like, Katie, do you even know who this is? And Katie's like, Spice Girls. And then but it's like a rock band. And I was watching it going like, I don't even know who this is.
I remember that song being everywhere in 2004.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
really
that
sure
is
what's going
Overdrive by Katie Rose.
Who?
My heart's
Katie
on
Rose?
overdrive.
Oh, yeah.
Bum, ba-da, bum, bum,
Not familiar.
bum. Yeah.
Oh, then I was doing the end, or like the kind of the dun dun dun.
That one. Where
Dun, dun, dun.
I think that's Samantha Ronson, ex-girlfriend of Lindsay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Because
remember, y'all, Lindsay was a lesbian for like a month.
She was like hanging out at Avalon or Tiger Heat. And she got
Avalon.
That's where she got caught with drugs.
I mean, which time?
True. Have you heard anything of the Mean Girls musical?
Yeah, it was pretty successful. It opened on Broadway, and I think that Tina Fey is adapting it to a movie like right now.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fun. I heard that they liked everything except for basically the music, which was Tina Fey's husband. There's not like huge this is me speaking from like just an article I read. Like I liked their performance at the Tony. I thought that, but apparently that's the best part of it when they're introducing the plastics.
Okay.
I'd be very curious though to see it in a film adaptation.
The musical premiered on Broadway March of 2018, and on that thing with Katie Couric, Tina mentioned that they're adapting it to a movie.
Okay, I'd be down.
The movie adaptation of a musical adaptation of the movie.
Listen, I would love a movie adaptation.
Like Hairspray.
Yeah.
I would love the movie adaptation of Legally Blonde, the musical.
Right. That's supposed to be
right? It's so really good. Fun. I saw it. It's and the music is phenomenal.
Okay.
I'm excited to see if there's a movie version because I mean musicals are becoming they always ebb and flow I think and now is one of the flows and we're getting a lot of them with In the Heights and West Side Story and Annie. They're doing a live Annie this holiday season. It's going
to be Taraji P. Henson is going to be Miss Hannigan.
Is she really? I didn't know she
sang.
So.
That's got announced today.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fun.
Is this going to be for television?
Yeah, it's like kind of like Hairspray Live or A Christmas Story Live, those types of things. They were going to do a Bye Bye Birdie with Jennifer Lopez, but I think it got canceled.
Yeah, that got.
Interesting. Tina Fey's doing that.
Okay, I like it. I mean, I'd be interested to see it because I have not heard any of the music from the actual stage production.
I just know the Tony performance. Yeah,
sure. Okay.
Oh, but I do know the girl that played the Gretchen. God, what is her name? She's this Asian girl. I want to say she's in Emily in Paris.
Oh,
is
she
her?
Is she the friend
Ashley Park
in Emily in Paris?
I'm not sure.
Now I need to check that now because I don't want to say false information. But I want to say she was like the original.
Emily in Paris, the show that tanked the Golden Globes.
I mean, there was a lot of things that tanked.
Unfair.
There was a lot of things that tanked the Golden Globes.
But it was
Emily
factor.
in Paris's Best Actress in a Comedy and Best Comedy nomination was probably one of them.
I'm not mad at the Best Actress in a Comedy series nomination, but
sure,
series itself.
I was right. Ashley Park.
Okay, and she plays the friend.
She played Gretchen.
In Emily in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So we know which one we're talking about. Got it.
Yeah, the Asian girl.
Got it. Okay.
So where are we at the story in the movie? That Katie has infiltrated the plastics and they're going to sabotage Regina and her regime over the school.
Yeah, so it's Army of Skanks, Hot Body, and
Aaron Samuels.
Yeah.
Aaron Samuels, yeah. This movie has a very similar structure to something like Can't Buy Me Love.
Okay.
And not She's All That.
Mm-hmm. Can't Buy Me Love. What's on that one?
Can't Buy Me Love is the kind of original version. It's gender swap, if you will, of She's All That. Patrick Dempsey is a nerd, horrible nerd, very mistreated by the popular kids.
But also looks like Patrick Dempsey.
But he looks
Right,
like
so you're
teenage
like, wait a
Patrick
second.
Dempsey, so everybody should want to fuck him. He pays the most popular girl in school to go out with him, pretend to be his girlfriend. He becomes mega popular, and then at the end, everybody finds out, and he becomes a nerd again. But whilst he is paying this girl to become mega popular, he turns on his old nerdy friends.
Yeah,
Well,
and
of
you feel
course.
really bad for them. And so he's got
Was one like in an art show?
No, they had a poker night and then it was Halloween and they egged his house and they did the flaming dog poop on the best friend
really,
on the
went
best
for
friend door. Yeah. And when Patrick Dempsey saw that it was his friend's house, he's like, maybe we should pick another house. And they're like, no, dude, we're doing it. But it's this arc of like forgetting where you came from.
Sure.
And just getting so wrapped up.
I think a lot of movies have that, though.
Oh, yeah. But I mean,
their
it's
main character's journey.
Right. But it's the,
especially
the
in like a teen
teenagers-
movie.
Yeah, it's the teenagers getting wrapped up in, at first they thought they were sticking it to, the cool kids, but now they're just kind of like becoming.
And also a movie
the
that
cool
Tina Fey would have grew up watching in
Yes,
the 80s,
definitely.
too. So she would have known of these references when doing the script.
Yeah, but what's so great is that the references in this are so accurate to the time, and I feel like people weren't saying necessarily what they were. Like now you can, but like before, like when she's saying like women are bitchy to each other or these types of she was saying just calling things like straight out.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first ones.
The overall theme of like girls, the way girls treat each other, and how it's not physically violent like how teenage boys could treat each other when there's like class.
I saw some girl fights in high school, and they are more vicious. They go for the hair, they scratch, they like. But I think that what's really telling is that it's actually quite similar to how gays interact with each other.
Oh, sure.
So there's that gay factor as well.
I've been
We're
singing
the mean
I've
gays,
been singing.
we live in West Hollywood.
I've been singing the mean gays of West Hollywood the whole day.
It's a little sad. Just more than a little, but yeah.
But also just sort of subtle notes of the script of when you first see Regina compliment Katie on her bracelet. And then you get the remark about the skirt.
Yeah,
I effing hate that skirt.
Yeah.
But just those little subtle moments
That is
of the
ugly as
movie
a-
that really add up to the character. And something that kids totally do.
Oh, yeah.
Is complimenting
Oh,
on
yeah.
something that you are just singling out that you don't like.
Or like not taking responsibility immediately for what you've done, or all of it. I don't know. When Regina, like when they're doing the raise a hand game, it's like now if you've been the one to harm someone, and she like opens her eyes and does that fake smile, like oh my god,
Yeah,
sister,
me
we're all
too.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's there's just subtleties in all of it too that just really really work. Oh, what we haven't talked about is the long phone scene. Like with the
phone
four of them.
scene.
The phone scene is so great, and I continually wonder if like Lindsay Lohan just had to like sit there and they like played the other girls' voices.
Yeah,
if they
how
had
they shot
all
it
the
all.
girls like on a shared set.
Yeah.
like I just want to know because the timing is really well done.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, I've never been on a call waiting situation like this.
Three-way calling was like some kind of like alchemy.
I still don't understand it.
That's not even science. It's
How do you put it
magic.
on hold without hanging up
I
on them
remember this.
and
I
keep them
totally
on the
remember
line?
Yeah.
Could you have someone? I mean, of course you could have somebody on the line that you didn't know was there.
I think when you had three-way calling, if the other person didn't hang up, then the phone call was still going on.
You had
even
to
if
have
you
more
hung
than
up.
one line.
Yeah.
You couldn't only have one line. If you had more than one line, then you could switch over to the other line while that person has not hung up. You call the next person, and then once they answer, you switch back to the line with the first person, and that's how you get both
And
of
then
them
they're
on
all
there.
on it. Yeah.
But then that makes it so you can't get on the internet
Oh, well, yeah.
because of the
Then
dial-up.
you can't. Yeah. So, but the thing is, like, they all had to have three-way calling to make this daisy chain of
But they're all wealthy.
4 people. Yeah, of course, they all had it. Of course, Regina probably had her own phone number in her bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also would love to talk about at the end when Katie is breaking up the crown. She breaks it up into
So many
million,
pieces.
So many
1,000
pieces.
But like, if you look at like the piece that Gretchen catches, it's like half of it.
They all get a
Yeah.
full third of the
Yep.
crown,
I
but
know,
she breaks
yeah.
it into
and then it, like,
10
I was like,
pieces.
oh, she's done with it. And then
Yeah.
there's like another like
There's
toss of like
more.
7
Yeah.
pieces. And you're like, Jesus. Never-ending crown. The Mary Poppins bag of crowns.
Yes, indeed. And like the girls in the audience get it. The girl who she says, your hair.
Oh my God, must have taken hours.
And it's just like a bun.
With flowers.
It's a French twist. Yeah. With like bangs. Yeah.
Agree.
Hours. This scene though, but this is an iconic scene. People remember, the breaking up of the crown, but you're right.
And also any great teen movie, the climax of the movie has to end at
a formal dance.
At a formal dance.
Even Saved did.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, formal dances,
right.
It's like that's
Spring Fling.
So it's like Tina's putting all of these hallmarks of great teen movies, but she's doing it in this fun new way at the time.
Absolutely.
That you had to have the house party that gets out of control. Of that it's only going to be just a few people.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that too. She almost like foreshadowed to it because of the Halloween one.
Right. Yeah. We had two parties.
I was I dated someone that was not from America, and on Halloween once we went to a house party, and he stepped in the front door and went, oh, "It's like Mean Girls." dead serious, and it was because of like the red Solo cups and like just like everyone everywhere. I laughed so hard.
Although I think that Amanda Seyfried is drinking a Diet Coke.
Good for her.
In the Halloween one.
In her mouse,
she's definitely from a red cup because she's trying to hook up with her cousin.
Yeah.
Remember, because you have your first cousin.
It's her first cousin.
You have your cousins, then you have your first cousins. That's not right, is it?
That sit down that Katie has with her, and Amanda says she's failing all of her classes.
Yeah, like she's like, "You're not stupid." She goes, "No, I am.
No, I am, and I'm failing all of my classes."
You're not stupid, Karen. No, I am actually. I'm failing almost everything. Well, there must be something you're good at. I can put my whole fist in my mouth. Want to see? No, that's okay. Anything else? I'm kind of psychic. I have a fifth sense. What do you mean? It's like I have ESPN or something. My breasts can always tell when it's gonna rain. Really? That's amazing. Well, they can tell when it's raining.
But it's like just that Amanda delivery that you're just like, oh,
so good,
poor thing.
I know, but I love it when she goes, "My boobs can tell." Like, then she like backtracks. Well, they can tell when it's already raining. Like it's like when it's pouring down rain at the end. She goes, "There's a 30% chance it's already raining."
But yeah, just like giving these kids like comedy gold.
Yeah, but it's also hard to play dumb well.
Exactly.
I will always stand by this. It is very hard to play airy, flighty, daft. Any of those things.
Amanda's doing a good job.
Well. Yeah, she does it well. Also, I remember thinking at the time that her eyes were really big, but they don't. I did not think that again this time. Like I just remember being when I was younger, I was like, "Wow, she has really big eyes." Like, but I don't feel that anymore at all.
Oh, I feel like she still has those doll eyes.
Yeah, but not like I was thinking like just
when you see her poking her head out of that car in Mank. And you see those like beautiful Amanda eyes.
I guess it's kind of like Anya Taylor-Joy, although hers are like more like dough.
They're wide set, and Anya Taylor-Joy, they're like too far apart. They're like almost too far apart.
No, I love them so much.
Like something could be wrong with her, but it's not.
That's where she gets all of her power for acting.
Yeah. Playing dumb, it's not an easy thing. It can come off a little cutesy. Playing drunk also, but
drunk
yeah,
is hard,
she does it. She does it really well.
Also, I mean, Gretchen. It's funny because they're not dumb. Or Gretchen's not dumb. It's just her point of view or her priorities are really askew.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea. The character note of Gretchen is that she knows everything about everybody, but then what we actually learn is that all her facts are kind of wrong.
Yeah, and she doesn't evolve. She's the only one who doesn't evolve. She joins a clique after.
And she's serving a new queen bee, but just of a different clique.
Yeah.
Just playing a different role, but now she has like laid hair instead of like poofy hair. But yeah, I thought it was interesting at the beginning, the whole like, her hair's so big, it's full of secrets, blah, blah, blah. It's a funny joke. But then like as the movie goes on, I'm like, okay, that's wrong. Okay, no, that's not right.
I mean, the ones about Regina, she knew all the secrets about Regina, which was
the
key.
Secrets, about, oh, don't, forget I told you that, I shouldn't have said that, all that stuff. But
like her nose job.
Yeah, but everything that she would come up with about Katie was like, oh, that's why you like him, that's why you wanted to join the Mathletes, you have a crush on him. And it's like, no, girl, you're just like projecting all this shit.
She also likes the guy that's just like such a skis. The one that's like, hey, would you like your muffin buttered?
So I guess that the line in the original cut of the movie is your cherry popped? And the MPAA was like, no. So they had to overdub that. So that actor is saying, is your cherry popped? In what his mouth is saying, and they ADR'd it.
Wow. Okay. I also know they dumbed down like Army of Skanks. They couldn't say like Army of Sluts.
Also,
Made Out with a Hot Dog.
Made Out with a Hot Dog. It was Masturbated with a Hot Dog.
Oh, I do remember reading that.
Oh, I thought it was like Blew a Hot Dog.
Yeah, I think it was Masturbated with a Hot Dog.
Oh, okay.
Always these masturbated deleted scenes.
We haven't talked about the Burn Book. I love the writing in the Burn Book that it's the stupidest shit, but it's so funny though.
I know it's also like
slut.
Like you would think that'd be like some really pretty book as well, and they just like scribble and like yeah.
What did Trang Pak Grotsky?
She made out with Coach. What's Coach?
Well, she makes out with the coach, but it says she's like a Grotsky, like something.
Grotsky little biatch.
I wrote some of the Burn Book quotes. Hold on.
Grotsky little biatch is one of them. Fugly slut.
Dawn Schweitzer is a fat virgin.
That's half true.
Amber Delezzo, she made out with a hot dog.
She made out with a hot. That was one.
Janice
time.
Ian Dyke.
That's
kind
original.
of uncreative with that one.
That's what she says. She goes, "That's original." And it goes, "Too gay to function." She goes, "That's only okay when I say it."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We just watched it.
You know, speaking of which, though, there's a lot of voiceover.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes, you know, movies kind of use voiceover as a crutch, and sometimes I feel like, oh my god, with the voiceover.
It's usually when a movie is made in like the editing room that they sort of have to figure their way out of stuff that doesn't work. But in this movie, like
I think the voice was given there in the beginning.
No,
like I actually like I hated it. Like if anyone's seen it, I actually really didn't like it in Cruella. If you guys have seen it,
there's a lot in Cruella. It's a lot.
That was probably added after.
That's what it felt like. It felt like an afterthought. And this, it felt like it was burned into.
Right.
It was in the original shooting script.
Yeah, especially like when she's like, and that's how Regina George died.
And you know, and Lindsay's got like, even at the time, she had like the party girl voice. She had like, you know, like wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, like shut up.
But it still works because it is so built into the character, and you do, you know, I think we need to know what's going on with Katie when she's like kind of changing her personality around Aaron.
You have to know what's going on in her mind.
Yeah. And so with the voiceover dialogue being so heavy, I think that is a credit to Lindsay being able to kind of carry it off and pull off, you know, all of that expository dialogue.
Oh yeah, you're never
bored. You don't get tired of it.
You're never bored of it.
And also, it's a well put together movie that it never feels like Lindsay is carrying this movie by herself, too.
Right.
Because I feel like maybe with kind of a lesser director and a lesser script, kind of the Katie character would be carrying this movie, but it's not in this particular.
I mean, it is her journey, but that's why I say the Easy A relates to that so much, because there's a bunch of voiceover in that, but it turns out to be the video at the end. Like, it is very much in the sense of her character. Just like in the sense of this one, I think it is Katie's journey. Obviously, the other characters are major parts in play, but I think it is kind of through her perspective.
Yeah, but I feel like Scott was saying, a lesser director or maybe not as good of a movie, characters like Janice and Damien might have been. You might go too far and be like, well, where are they? Yeah, they could get lost really easily, but they keep coming up. You know, they keep being brought back in. You know, even when Katie is kind of like betraying their trust, you know, and like and shitting on them
when she gets nominated for real and they like make fun of her smile, or when they, you know,
bold move to rig this like spring fling court. That would be like national news if they found out about that.
Oh man, that would be terrible. Rigged voting system,
riggery tomfoolery.
Works in a movie.
Goonery,
kind of
goopery.
Shocking if it were to actually happen in real life, and I'm sure that it does.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Although I love that it's the spring fling, and there's like a queen.
This
of
school dance is not the prom, but it's a dance for underclassmen that the seniors throw for kind of everyone, like the juniors, sophomores, and
Where
freshmen.
were the seniors in this movie?
Aaron's a senior.
Yeah, but that's
So the
it.
only one.
The only senior the entire school.
Because all of the girls are fighting. Every single one of them. Everyone in the like cafeterias in 8th grade. Or sorry, in 11th grade.
Because he specifically says, like, junior girls.
Yeah. All junior girls report to the gymnasium. I love that part. I'll keep you here all night. And like, we can only keep him in chair 4. Until 4.
I love that actress that plays.
Yeah.
I think that she's probably like the school secretary.
Phyllis.
The girls have gone wild.
Yeah. She's in The Office, right? Wasn't she Phyllis?
No, she looks like Phyllis. It's not
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Not her.
Yeah, looks like Phyllis.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
The Girls Have Gone Wild.
Yeah.
Oh, Girls Gone Wild. Remember that?
Who was that shithead?
They actually have it in the movie.
That was responsible for
They
Girls
actually
Gone
have
Wild.
it in the movie, though. There's a Girls Gone Wild clip that that Regina's sister's watching.
They're flashing.
They
the
said on the
camera.
commentary they had to go out and shoot that because they could not get Girls Gone Wild.
Oh, well, I
to
meant
be in
like
the
there's a
movie.
Girls Gone Wild reference.
Yeah,
Like,
esque.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That guy's a piece
They
of
did?
shit.
They had to go out and shoot that?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Joe Francis.
Francis.
And I remember he used to be on Keeping Up with the Kardashians the early years a lot.
Oh, is he friends with them?
They fully used to just like have telephone calls with him in prison. Like Charlie's Angels style.
That is
What?
amazing. I love it. Why were they that
Why is he in
tight with
prison?
Joe Francis?
I don't know. Chloe and Courtney just really liked him.
That's funny. He did some weird shit with the whole Girls Gone Wild.
Well, because
thing.
didn't he get them like drunk a lot? And...
Yeah, I think there was like a lot of like consent issues with it, and then underage girls.
Oh,
and
no.
like all this.
And he just made like millions off of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I think
might have
that-
been tax stuff that got him in
and
jail.
I think that he went to prison for like tax stuff.
Yeah, that's how you get them.
Yeah. But he was a dirtbag. Oh,
Yeah.
Girls Gone Wild. That's straight up from this time period.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you said
You're
there
right.
was
Same
no
like
culture.
Milkshake. Like Milkshake was...
Yeah. Yeah. When that song is playing as they pull up to this house and it's just those opening beats of Milkshake, it's just like, ooh.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, man, that is a time warp right there. That is a
For
time
me,
warp.
it's always past that Dutch when the plastics are being introduced.
Sure.
That one is always like, okay,
Will we
Missy
open-
Elliott, here we go.
We opened the show on.
Yeah. Great scene.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'd say that one's iconic. Well, there's a lot of iconic, but I'd say the other really big one is the So You Agree. You Think You're Really Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That scene.
Well, yeah.
And I guess for a long time, I was just going to say for a long time, I guess girls would do that Regina George monologue for auditions, and like so much so the casting directors would be like, stop with
Nope.
Regina George.
And there's just something about Rachel's delivery that they said on the commentary when Mark was giving directions to her, I want you to do Alec Baldwin and Glenn Ross. That's how I want you to
amazing.
deliver this character.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I get it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
What a fun direction to give.
Yeah, Regina George as a character, as a person, it's like this bitch. This is like some next.
I can
level
also-
Right, but there are layers. You can see the layers, which is what makes it more real. I feel like if you're just mean,
Well, and it's one of those things that it helps that Rachel went to acting school prior to this. That she did have a lot of theater experience going into it, that you kind of
To create
need
this whole
that background as an actor to probably really do this character successfully.
Yeah. Because there's moments when she's sympathetic.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that didn't they have a hard time finding their Regina George?
Well, they said that Amanda was very close to getting Regina George.
Right. Yeah.
That she was like the second Regina George, and that's why they opted
Interesting.
to put her as Karen.
That is interesting. Should have been an interesting Regina George. In the Mean Girls 2, has anyone seen that?
No. I'm not seeing that garbage.
Trash.
Oh, no.
Made for like ABC Family or something.
Yeah.
No,
I
ma'am.
mean, is this on par with
American Psycho 2.
American Psycho 2?
And yes,
for
this has been
one?
3 episodes in a row that we have mentioned American Psycho 2 All-American Girl.
It's going to be our new,
Yep.
our new
Why?
touchstone. But wasn't there also some like shitty Legally Blonde like
Legally Blondes.
3? Yeah, blondes is plural. Yes, they're like Elle Wood's cousins, but they're British.
Something like that. Yeah, they were on
Yeah.
the Disney Channel. Those
Oh,
girls,
boy.
the twins.
I mean,
boy.
it's one of those
They
things.
actually were in the Disney Channel on a TV show that had a girl who was the mean girl in Mean Girls 2.
Oh, look at that full circle moment.
Full circle moment.
Huh.
I was reading today that Tina Fey said at the time we didn't want to start conversation about the sequel, and for whatever reason I was like, no, we shouldn't do that. But now I look back and I was like, why? But now,
Make some money.
No, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Unless you do like something about like the kids of the girls, but they're too young. Yeah.
I mean, they would have had to knock that shit out like 2 years after, and it's just one of those things that probably the girls' schedule, especially Rachel, it's just like you couldn't have gotten in there.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
all of them are blowing up. Minus Lacey Chabert.
I mean, aside from horror movies, can you get a sequel out of a high school movie? Am I crazy?
Yeah, why not?
What high school movies have had sequels?
What high school movies have had sequels? They're in high school. Now we're in college. Boring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. I guess
I mean, the American Pie movies.
Yeah,
that's like a whole. That's a whole genre of shitty sequels.
True.
Okay, we were talking about like good ones though, right? Oh no, I guess just ones that could happen. Well, I mean, this one did
successful.
Get one, but there's none of the original characters.
Yeah, that movie's not. That's not a real.
That movie doesn't exist.
That's not a real movie.
No, it doesn't.
Oh boy, yeah. So no, none of us. Wait, have you actually seen it? Have you seen it?
I did watch it once when I was hungover.
Okay, all right.
Oh no, it was absolute. No, it's bad. It's like a reverse Mean Girls though.
I hate to pit the movie Clueless and Mean Girls with each other because I just feel
they're different animals.
That they're very different movies.
They're completely different. I think it's easy, like because of the high school, the popular type thing.
The setting.
And I do kind of accept that for younger people, this is their Clueless. That when I saw Clueless when I was young, I flipped for it.
Yeah, so I have to say that I'm in that generation. I did not flip for Clueless, but I flipped for Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate Clueless.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I just missed the mark.
I think Pete and I kind of land ourselves that we're a little closer to Clueless.
Right, because also the Heathers is around that time, right?
Heathers is way earlier.
Oh,
Heathers was 88.
Oh, you're right.
Clueless is 95.
Winona, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me tell you why you're wrong.
I would say
no. This is going to be an episode in 5 parts. No, I think it's
apples, and she asked me how to spell orange.
Yes, I feel like Clueless is playing football and Mean Girls is playing checkers.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I love to play a good game of checkers.
I relate more to checkers, anyways.
No, they're different animals. It's easy to say like, oh, which one I like better, but I mean, yeah, their tone is so different. It's everything,
You're working with different material that Amy Heckerling was kind of going off of Jane Austen and Emma,
right? So it's
and
we're not gonna...
Alicia never comes off as a mean girl in Clueless. It's just the opposite.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So really, you shouldn't be comparing the two.
Yeah, agreed,
folks.
Agreed. Let's get out of that mindset. We're not going to compare those two. We're not going to.
Like Kamala Harris says, it's a false choice.
It's a false choice. Absolutely.
I like that.
You can like both.
We're not gonna pit women against each other.
Mm-hmm. It's like the cast of The Hours. You can be fans of all of them.
Yeah,
you don't need to rank them.
We're not going to pit male-directed stories about women against each other.
Clueless was directed by a woman.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
Yeah. And Amy Heckerling. God love her. She liked one of our posts on Instagram.
Yeah. She commented. She commented on it.
She did indeed.
Made my year.
It did. We love you, Amy Heckerling. All right. Well, back to Mean Girls. We won't stray too far into Clueless.
So I'm kind of an awards nut, and especially at the time, I was just getting into the Oscars, but really seriously. And this movie got nominated for a WGA award, which is the Writers Guild Award.
Okay. Love it.
The category, it was the Oscar category that year, but Mean Girls got the WGA. So I do kind of wonder how far down in the voting was it from getting an Oscar nomination for Tina Fey.
We've also opened up, I think, the idea of what an Oscar movie can be in recent years.
Yeah.
And so if this had been done at a later time, it could have absolutely been.
Bridesmaids made it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's harder for a comedy to get into the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that does happen, that's really exciting.
And it tracks that she got the WGA award because
she
just
won.
sort of.
Yeah, she won it, right?
No, Sideways won it.
Oh, Sideways won it
because it was Best Adapted Screenplay, and I think that
never saw Sideways.
I think that Alexander Payne won it. But I think that just
makes
sort
sense.
of Tina at the time just had that, just that cred with writers that she made it in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
but still a feat for a,
of course, for like
not only a comedy but a teen comedy,
for a teen movie. Yeah,
about girls, a girl movie, right? I mean,
Yep.
that's kind of like also a big.
Finding Neverland took its Oscar spot. That's some bullshit right there.
Peter Pan.
Ask me which one I'd want to rewatch. I'll rewatch Mean Girls.
Yeah,
Come on. Finding Neverland has its place.
On stage.
it's no Mean Girls though.
There you go.
Oh, I forgot that. That's another movie that was made into a musical.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
Finding Neverland?
Yeah.
They went there on
Just remember
Project
that
Runway.
Project
Finding
Runway.
Neverland started
Yep.
out as a play,
Yeah.
didn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it started out as a play.
Yeah, hence the adapted screenplay category. But yeah, they also adapted it into a Broadway musical
Interesting.
because there was an episode of Project Runway where they went to it.
Oh! I think they just did the play. I think that was just the play.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the musical.
I don't know.
I saw that episode.
You want to fight about it?
No, I mean, no. I didn't.
Well, at any rate, Finding Neverland, snooze fest. Is that what we're saying?
Mean Girls did get critical recognition for
It
a
did.
teen
Yeah.
movie at the time,
It
which
really
was a big
did.
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I'd imagine that it was probably very close to those Globe categories.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Globe are a bit more... Well, we were talking about how they've been in trouble recently.
But they have
musical comedy.
Comedy.
You could have
categories.
easily
yeah, but nothing
seen.
that's nominated for a musical or comedy is ever a musical or comedy.
But you
It
could
feels
have
like they use these categories just to nominate more and more dramas always.
Well, you could have easily seen Lindsay making her way into Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy. Emma Stone did.
That's true. She was also pissed when she lost.
Are you telling me Jamie Lee Curtis's win for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy for the hilarious, not Total Recall, what is the name of the movie?
True Lies.
True
and that's
Lies.
what's fun about the Globes. For as much bullshit as the
unwarranted.
Golden Globes are, like, there's a place for them.
Yeah,
True Lies is
that's
actually
true.
funny.
I mean, I
Yeah.
love how like things are nominated for limited series and then they go on to have season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just for the category instead of like the actual.
Thanks, Ryan Murphy.
Yeah. Yeah, he messed that up for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Special event. Limited series. Get out of here. I miss a good old miniseries. Just
I
call it a
was
miniseries.
just gonna
You love a
say-
good, like, Thornbirds.
10th Kingdom was the one that I used to watch.
Ooh, 10th Kingdom. My sister had that on VHS.
During,
Yep, 6 hours.
During the pandemic last year, we watched all of Merlin. And
Oh,
it was a...
my, with
and it
Isabella
was
Rossellini.
Yes,
a
indeed.
fucking delight. I would
my
watch
God.
it again.
I remember when Lancelot's wife sees them having sex in the candle. That like creeped me out as a kid.
The candle. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like Queen Mab, Miranda Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the Lady of the Lake who talked so slow.
Which was also Miranda Richardson.
It was?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. I was like,
Those
oh.
characters.
We could maybe do the Merlin miniseries on the show.
There's some faggotry in that movie.
Yeah.
Is there?
There's also some...
Well, not
Martin
actual
Short.
There's also
faggotry.
some super racist parts of that movie
Oh,
that we don't
God.
like to talk about.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, Martin Short in particular.
Martin Short. I know he's with Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah. Well,
Helena Bonham Carter.
mm-hmm.
With her lazy eye and her R's. She says her R's differently.
Yes,
She
she's
goes
got
like
the
Mordwid.
Mordwid. That's a
Mordwid.
very it's a specific accent, and I can't think of it.
This movie, Mean Girls, has brought us to so many other movies
I mean,
and
it'll take you
miniseries.
places.
It'll take you on a journey.
It'll take
Who
you on a journey.
knew?
Watch Mean Girls, you
From that
guys.
high school.
Is Mean Girls available for streaming anywhere?
It is not.
It is not.
I had to break out our DVD for this.
Yeah, it is
That-
not.
When we broke out our DVD, Pete and I died at the trailers that were at the front of it, and we had to sit Tyler down and have him watch all of the trailers on the DVD of Mean Girls.
Yeah, you had your regular SpongeBob movies.
Mm-hmm.
You had, School of Rock. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, came a new DVD interactive game. It's basically
what is
the
this?
burn book.
Yeah,
and it's like, I guess you buy it to interact with it. So a video game on DVD.
On DVD.
So all
Owners-
you can do is use a remote
Owners
control.
of the Mean Girl DVDs
and you
will
can
know
vote
what we're
for,
talking about.
Who's going to be at prom?
It's
gonna
called
prom?
Have You Heard Secret Central?
It feels like a Mall Madness meets DVD.
very much, very Mall Madness, Secret Central. Ugh,
But it's one of
The
those
class
things
of
that this is
2005.
why we have to keep physical media around, because it just sets
There's some
you
good shit on there.
in a very specific time
Absolutely, because everything says that coming soon to DVD
and video.
and video.
But
And-
just
yeah,
like,
and
have you
VHS.
thought about the perfect score with Scarlett Johansson and
Oh, the
Chris
perfect
Evans?
score.
Chris Evans? I
Erica
haven't thought about that in
Christensen.
years.
I remember. I actually remember vividly where I watched it. I watched it at my aunt's house when there was more of an adult party going on, and I just wanted to do something with my brother, and so we ended up watching that movie.
And
I
I was
mean-
working at the video store when that came out because I
If-
remember renting it.
if I'm gonna watch vintage Chris Evans, I'm watching Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, of course you
yeah.
are. And do the unrated version because he turns around and he has a banana on his butt.
Yeah, that is exactly why.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
That
Agreed.
beautiful Chris Evans hair that I just want to put my fingers
That's
through.
but
Wait,
he's got, like,
no, it's
spiky hair
actually
with
such
gelatin.
trash in that. The
I
black-
love it though.
I love his eyebrow. He just always has his
Yeah,
eyebrow.
they dyed his hair
constantly up.
black because they wanted him to look like Freddy.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
I think that's probably the idea.
That makes sense, though. I mean, that's what you're doing. That's, you know what's funny is those movies aren't that great, but Not Another Teen Movie is solid, in my opinion.
It's the solid of the parody movies,
Right. Oh, actually,
Although
Lacey
we do love
Chabert was
Scary
in.
Movie, though.
She's the one that does anal.
she was the J Love.
She's
stand-in.
with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was the Love stand-in.
yeah. She's got the big bouffant hair. She does a good
Everything.
job.
And then she's like, I don't give guys hand jobs. I do anal.
And it's one of those things that I think that they're actually. I think that Love is a few years older than her, but
She is.
they would have had to go up for the same roles.
They worked
Well, they were
together.
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 Five.
Yep,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because she was the whiny little sister on Party of Five.
Lacey was
But kind of probably after that show, they probably were competing for the same roles.
Yeah.
Once she got to a certain age.
Mm-hmm. Once Lacey kind of grew up a bit. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. She worked with her so well. That's like family to her. So she's like, I can play this role. I can do a parody of Jennifer Love Hewitt. Get out of here. So everybody also go watch Not Another Teen Movie.
I mean, it's raunchy.
It's raunchy.
We could circle back on it on this. Well, you know what we're probably going to do if we're Not Another Teen Movie is do it for a commentary.
Agreed. But I mean, there's some really good shots of Chris Evans in semi-nude state.
You don't get any of that in Mean Girls, which it doesn't need. But,
You get the guy in his underwear.
oh, I guess you do.
That's
Shane
all I
Allen.
need.
Yeah.
You see a guy in his briefs.
Yeah, and they're briefs.
Yep.
They're not boxers.
Are
So-
they? I thought they were.
No, they're gray and they're
I think they're
briefs.
gray.
I
Yeah.
think he's heading to the projection room. I love that
above
delivery.
the, above the auditorium.
It's such a hard line to say, and that's what's funny
That's
about
what's
it.
funny about it. That's Tina Fey, the projection room above the auditorium.
Yeah, God, say that.
They
Too
said
good.
that they wrote that into the movie because they really liked the projection room of the location that they were
I thought
shooting
it was
in.
funny. I also
I think that is cool to have a projection room above the auditorium.
yeah. I also think the idea of having her purse stolen
Yeah,
in
by
in
a
school.
by a
It's
masked man.
ridiculous.
It's so good. It's so and just the fact that Aaron Samuels is like, oh shit, your purse.
And what
I'll
was
go
the
chase it."
conversation between Damien and Aaron once they were at the projection room?
Well, no, I think Damien just goes, train Peck?
Trank pack?
But it's like,
Coach Carr? Or-
but I like that it cuts right before they're just like,
they're just like, oh shit.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at that point they're both just stunned, so
Yeah.
they're just like, all right, forget what just happened.
Comedy gold.
Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, like I said, the comedy's just a little elevated than just
Of
your
course it is,
standard
yeah.
teen fare, and that kind of stuff is things that you wouldn't see just in like a lesser movie, if you will.
And also just sort of, I talk about this on a lot on this show, that these types of movies now are really hard to find. Is an original teen movie made by a major studio.
Well, that's
it's
true.
like
Yeah.
you see like The Kissing Booth on Netflix.
Well, he tried to
Yeah.
do Vampire Academy, which was kind of like a teen. Yeah.
But just like movie studios don't like to shell out the money for stuff like this
You're
anymore.
right. You're very
It
very
all
right.
goes right to streaming.
But that's not necessarily saying that's. I mean, I think sometimes streaming is more successful
because the kids are watching
the
streaming
kids
now.
went crazy for the one you just said,
the kissing booth.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them now.
Yeah. And
Joey King though, and she's in. I mean, I didn't realize her extensive film career.
Oh, she's been.
I mean,
working.
she was like a child actor.
Yeah.
We just watched. I just watched the Conjuring.
Love it.
She was in the Conjuring, White House Down,
Yeah.
Stonewall, but we don't like to talk about that.
She was in Fargo season 1.
Yeah. But there's also, To All the Boys I've Loved. Like, there's a whole, like,
and those
subgenre.
are working off of YA novels, too.
Oh, right. That's true. They are.
Which, Queen Bees and Wannabes.
Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, I did say, like, original teen movies, but yeah, I mean, this is based on a book, but it's a self-help book, though.
Right.
So, the narrative wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
I wonder how Tina Fey was like, you know what? I'm going to adapt this.
Yeah, so interesting. And like I mentioned before, like it's such a interesting choice that this is what she did after she left SNL. Like I almost would have thought that she would have done Baby Mama
as her
I
like
feel like
first
there was
movie
something
off
with
of
Baby
SNL.
Mama where it took a lot later for them to film it than they actually wanted to.
Oh,
Sure.
Okay. We also
I could be
loved Sisters. It's called Sisters.
I love Sisters.
Love Sisters. Really good.
What? With,
Super underrated.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good.
you need to watch it.
It's very
It's funny.
It's because it came up against a Marvel film, didn't it? Like it was like
came out the same day as Force Awakens.
oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
But still, I think made decent money.
Yeah.
Counter programming.
Right? Yeah. And then, of course, obviously 30 Rock.
Yeah.
was hugely successful.
Yeah.
She won all the Emmys in the world for that.
Yeah.
Pete and I don't mind Wine Country.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a fun movie, but I know that it's
I
not
thought it
really
was like
liked.
just very overacted.
Right. But, I think that's that material, though.
Yeah.
Also, when you go back to 30 Rock, it's like, it's this kind of, like, heightened comedy. Like, 30 Rock...
30 Rock's pace is so fast.
It's live-action Simpsons.
Yeah. It's like a cartoon
It's
show.
that crazy,
Yeah.
with like flashbacks and flash forwards and flash sideways and all that stuff. So the pace of it and everything, Wine Country isn't as fast paced. Well, not by a long shot, but it is. You're right. Overacted is a fair
kind of
fair
critique.
assessment.
Kind of along the lines of Spring Breakdown. I mean, Tina Fey didn't have anything to do with that movie, but that stars Amy Poehler and Rachel Dratch. So
Is that the one where their heads are in the sand?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
they're going to Florida for spring break.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute movie.
It is. It's super cute. Rachel Dratch. I'll watch anything with Rachel.
We
Dratch.
love Rachel.
True, but then I feel like it got like really bad for the SNL ladies when it went to like Desperados.
Desperados.
Yeah, with like Nassim.
Nassim Pedrad. I'm not familiar.
I'm
with
not
this.
familiar with this.
Yeah.
It's Netflix, and you should.
I
watch
love
it.
Nassim too.
Okay. Yeah, she's great. Her Kim Kardashian is funny.
There's a scene that I think is just truly like that's what they're like going for. Is like, no, I'm out. Like she gets slapped in the face with a dolphin's dick.
Oh shit. I'm laughing.
You haven't seen it.
No. I've been an Amy Poehler fan from way back.
Big fan.
If you're not familiar with Wet Hot American Summer,
She's great.
the
Wet Hot American
original Wet Hot American Summer from 2001, like,
She's great.
find it today. This is like classic vintage Amy Poehler. She's so good in it. And it's like, she didn't really have a hand in like writing or producing this movie, but her character is so all over it. And it's one of the more memorable characters in this movie. We did a terrible job in recapping this movie, but that's okay.
It's kind of like our Clueless episode. It was just kind of a conversation about the movie.
I feel like this is...
Was the Clueless one well received?
It's one of my personal
I don't know,
favorite
people-
episodes.
People don't give us any feedback.
Oh, so then
on
this
the
is
show.
your second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. They're all my favorite. They're all my children.
But the thing... Yeah, they're all our children.
Oh my God, 104 children.
Yes. But the thing about Mean Girls is that it has reached this iconic status that it's just like, really, if we were to just recap this movie, it'd be like, and then there was that scene, and we would just be like,
You've seen the movie,
quoting
y'all.
it, you know?
Right. It's
pointless
finding
to-
also like our personal connection to it and what we
Yeah,
saw in it and the different
exactly.
films that was referenced
Yeah.
and the different things that different people have done since it, and then like, just relating it all back to it.
If we recapped it, it would have devolved into the three of us reciting and acting out the entire movie.
And fighting over like who gets to be what character.
Yeah.
We'd have to like switch like a third way through. Like everyone gets a turn
For
being
this
Regina.
scene,
Yeah.
I also last night when we revisited this movie, because it's actually been a while since I've just sat down and watched Mean Girls from beginning to end.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that this whole movie is so quoted in popular culture that I had to put myself in the mindset of I've never seen this movie, and I'm just going
Were you able to
try. I'm going to try to watch this movie fresh.
Were you able to? Do you feel?
I mean, here and there, just because it's so ingrained and just like.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since
internet
I've seen
culture,
it. And just
but it comes right back.
But it comes right back,
absolutely.
And I was reminded that this is a really fucking funny movie.
Yeah, great script.
But
just
kind of
great script.
Building off what Scott said, right now we are, especially with lockdown and pandemic and 2020 and all of that, where we're just kind of like sitting in our apartment and like our television is like our best friend, right? But we're so in this culture of just like we have our iPhone and our iPads and like all this stuff going on. For this podcast, when we rewatch these movies and we like pay attention to them, and that's something that like you kind of have to do because we're recapping and all that stuff. So you have to be in this different mindset, and so many people don't really do that anymore.
Well, that's what's so interesting about theater versus home, because like in a theater you're forced.
You're roped in one
and
one
all
place.
of these things are wanting to be watched in their entirety. Don't miss the fact that this person handed this thing or this person said this thing in the beginning, or like so to actually watch it and give it your full attention is like saying something, because I feel like so many things are just thrown on and then not paid attention to.
It would be fun to see a movie like Mean Girls in a movie theater now.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, that'd be really fun. Like if they did it at the cemetery, that would be a really good one.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they have done this at the
I'm
cemetery.
sure they have
Probably,
too.
Yeah, they probably have. But I mean, it just becomes a thing every season of RuPaul's Drag Race. When we get to the final four, they recreate the poster with with some Photoshop.
I mean, wasn't it like Tina Burner that was trying to run with "We're the Mean Girls of the season"?
Branding
even though
yourself a mean girl.
I don't think that the other two really like.
They weren't that mean.
I'm sorry.
Were people mean?
Yeah, were anyone fans of Tina Burner?
I mean, I know that
I
know that Tina Burner has a great reputation in New York. But
so any New York listeners, we are sorry.
Yeah, she did. No, she actually. Yeah, she has a great.
She has a great reputation in New York. Did it quite land on the season? Probably not. But I guess that's what All Stars is for.
Tina Burner is one of the girls that is great at being a drag queen, not great at being a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Exactly.
And you don't have to be both.
I almost thought you were going to say person.
She is terrible at being a person.
No.
She's an awful human being, and we hate her. No. But some people are great at drag, not great at Drag Race, and some people are the opposite. Some people are great at Drag Race, and you see them, and you're like, well, I don't know what all that fuss was about.
Didn't know that you'd get some Drag Race on Mean Girls, did you?
I mean, hey, it all.
I mean, our last episode of I Know What You Did Last Summer was pretty much a Drag Race reference every 15 minutes. So
all roads lead back to Drag Race. We're the mean
and Jennifer Love.
We live in West Hollywood. That was part of the stand-up.
It was the stand-up challenge.
Yeah, it was Courtney Act.
Was that a funny song?
It didn't land.
Jury's
it
still
didn't
out.
land on the show.
On comedy,
I mean, we're still singing it.
Yeah.
Hey, iconic. So I guess you're right about that.
I love Courtney Act.
Yes. But unfortunately, this movie is not on streaming. You got to dig up a copy, but we can rent it for a couple bucks.
Or on Apple TV and I think on Amazon.
Or
Prime.
also just open up your Instagram feed, and chances are you'll see a Mean Girls meme.
Yeah.
That is funny. I did see a girl just
hashtag
posted on her story the other day with doing the Jingle Bell Rock dance.
See?
It was a girl, though. It wasn't a guy in his boxers.
Well,
get in, loser. We're going fill in the blank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Boo, you whore.
You whore. I love that. I mean,
go out. I'm sick.
I still do that one.
Yeah.
Iconic is just like the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
This movie's iconic.
So good.
It's iconic.
So good.
Yeah. Strongly recommend. You just, I mean, I
feel like everyone that's listening to this has already seen it.
Yeah, so it's
but
like not even go watch it.
Yeah. Advise you to
Watch
go
it again.
educate yourself if you have not seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Or ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you haven't seen it in a while, just watch it again. Just rent it. You will not be sorry that you spent what you could have bought a latte.
I mean, Criterion this shit.
Dude, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
We're champions of physical media, so buy the fucking Criterion. if they come out with
We
one.
just got the Fast Times criterion, so it could fit right in.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, I mean, this was great.
Thank you so much, Tyler. It was good
Yeah.
to it was good to keep up with you.
Yeah, thank
it
you.
It was good to catch up with you.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
thank you so much for having me on, especially with such a great film. Like this is, it's so good, and it's such a part of my childhood as well, or I mean, my teen years.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to talk about and see how it related to you guys as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody can relate and come together over Mean Girls, right?
Yeah, of course.
What a beautiful message.
It's bringing families together year after year. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. We would love to have you on again sometime for another just as iconic movie, maybe from 2004.
Yeah, right.
What else would we do from 2004?
Oh man,
Lord.
I need to.
Would you want to
look
come
it
back
up.
for a Cinderella story?
Oh my God! Did that come out in 2004?
It did. It came out summer 2004.
Stop!
Jesus.
I mean, Hillary's my number 2. She's right next
We
to
haven't
Mandy.
done a Hillary Duff movie.
Oh my God! What are
I
you
feel bad
waiting
for Hillary because she was kind of iced out of that Lizzie McGuire reboot.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
sad.
but I'm also glad that she stuck to her guns because she's like, I want Lizzie to have been an adult, and you're not
True.
allowing her to be an
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on
Oh
her.
man. All right. Well, maybe we'll be back for.
Another Cinderella story. Who
We'll
knows?
get Hillary on the show. I wish.
Man,
Dead.
yeah, get out of here. Or
She's too busy doing How I Met Your Father.
true.
Oh, that's right. Is she going to be the
The lead.
lead?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they going to stunt cast it for like narration?
I don't know, actually.
Do you know who did the narration for the
Bob Saget, right?
Well, they did a How I Met Your Father pilot, and
Oh.
it never got passed with who directed Lady Bird?
Jeez.
Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig was the lead, and it was narrated by Meg Ryan.
Interesting.
So she just did the pilot thinking that they would bring her back for the show. And she
No,
was
I think
supposed to
they're
be the
gonna do
Bob.
a whole new pilot,
she was
a whole
supposed
new
to be
thing.
like the Bob Saget like narration of it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Watch as it's going to be like Haley Duff. Hillary's sister.
Well, I'm reaching out to Jennifer Coolidge now.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of another Cinderella story, that's Jennifer Coolidge.
That's what I'm saying. She's going to be your co-host on that episode.
Well, it's settled.
Yeah.
You're
Done.
coming back for a Cinderella story next.
Great.
Thanks for coming, man. We will see you next time. Until then.
Playing out the top model music.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Yay, Mean Girls.
Yay. Thanks, Tyler. Again, that was a really fun episode.
It was.
But that's another one in the can. So it is that time.
Are you
every
talking
week.
about Patreon shout-outs?
It is. It's time for Patreon shout-outs. All right, you guys. We would love to say hello to some brand new patrons that we haven't said hi
Yeah,
to
we got some new
yet.
ones.
Yes, indeed. We'd like to say hi to Amy, Layton, Shelby, and Merle.
Yay!
Yay, you guys are all brand new patrons. Thank you so much. Also, Jacob. I think we might have said hi to Jacob already, but we're going to say hi again. And also to our tried and true patrons, Michael, Charlie, Heather, Muffy, Paul, Jamie, Drew, Jimmy, Genevieve, Dawn, Josh, Melly, Aaron, Melinda and Jim, Jessica, John, Nick and Shannon, Christine, and Rufino.
Thank you for
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much for being part of our Patreon. And if you, lovely listeners, would like to check out patreon.com/movies that made us gay, you're going to see a ton of Watch With Us commentary tracks.
I Know What You Did Last Summer just came out last week. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, I mean.
Yes,
That
indeed.
just dropped last week.
These are alternate commentary tracks that Scott and myself have recorded for you, our patrons, to watch along with us. So you hit play on the track, you can sync it up with the movie, and it's like you're watching it with us, giving our sparkling, lovely conversation.
You also get our monthly newsletter.
Yes, indeed. Get a monthly newsletter, and you could even get some handwritten postcards from us. So yeah, so there's tons of stuff, additional content over on the Patreon, plus lots of pictures and articles and fun little things that we're writing, blog posts, things like that. So check it out when you get a chance. We'd also love it if you would rate and review our show on Apple
Give us 5
Podcasts.
stars, please.
Yes, indeed. Give us 5 stars. Write us a great review on Apple Podcasts. We'd love it. We'll read it on the air.
Helps us get visible.
Yes, indeed. It helps the podcasts spread out there somehow.
We've been cracking the top 50 for film and television reviews. I want to get higher.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We've been showing up on there, so that's pretty fun. That's all thanks to you listeners. Thank you guys so much. If you would head over to Instagram and Facebook, we are at Movies That Made Us Gay.
And Twitter at MTMUGPod.
Yes, indeed. And I am Pete, and I am on Twitter and Instagram at Peter Lasagna.
I'm Oscar Scott on Twitter, Scott Youngbauer on Instagram, and just Scott Youngbauer on Letterboxd.
Yes, indeed. So go over and check all that fun stuff out for us. But until next time, we bid you adieu. Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.